Mingoose Mouse lives in a house. Where does Mingoose Mouse live? In a house! One quiet morning in Mingoose Mouse's magical world, everything was soft, calm, and peaceful. The flowers swayed gently by the lake, the birds sang sweet little songs, and Mingoose Mouse sat happily at her table, nibbling a star-shaped biscuit and enjoying the stillness. But far, far away, something very different was happening. A low rumble began to shake the ground. A distant roar echoed through the hills. And before anyone could even blink, Vroom! Through the trees burst Stormy Mouse, Mingoose Mouse's rock and roll sister, racing in on her shiny motorbike. Her black hair flew wildly behind her, her leather jacket gleamed, and her eyes sparkled with excitement. She skidded to a stop, spinning her tire in a dramatic swirl of dust and leaves. "Let's make some noise!" she shouted, throwing her arm in the air with a grin. Mingoose Mouse blinked, then smiled gently. "Oh, hello, Stormy. I wasn't expecting you quite so loudly." Stormy laughed. "Loud is fun." And just like that, the quiet morning was gone. Moments later, as if the chaos had summoned him, there was a sparkle, a pop, and a flash of gold. Semolina Pilchard appeared, adjusting his fez and grinning from fin to fin. "Oh, good," he said. "Chaos. I thought I heard chaos," Stormy pointed at him. "I like this one." Pilchard bowed slightly. "And I like you." Mingoose Mouse tilted her head. "That is what I'm worried about." Pilchard clapped his fins together. "Right. Let's make this day exciting." Before Mingoose could say a word, Pilchard spotted a large bowl of semolina on the table. "Ah," he said. "Perfect." "That's just normal semolina," said Mingoose carefully. Pilchard winked. "It won't be for long." With a flick of his wand, the semolina began to shimmer. Stormy leaned forward eagerly. "What does it do?" Pilchard grinned. "Let's find out." At first, nothing happened. Then the bowl wobbled. Then it bounced. Then it popped. Suddenly, semolina burst everywhere, bouncing, spinning, puffing into golden sparkles that zoomed around the room like wild fireflies. Stormy burst out laughing. "Yes! Let's make some noise!" she shouted again. Mingoose stepped back as a soft puff landed on her head. Oh dear." The sparkles grew bigger. The bouncing got faster. The table began to shake. And then the semolina started to grow. Big piles rose up like soft mountains, wobbling and sliding across the floor. One rolled into the chair, another bounced off the wall, one puffed up so big it nearly reached the ceiling. Pilchard blinked. Mingoose looked at him. "Huh? I may have made it slightly more magical than intended." Stormy's grin faded slightly. "Okay. This might be a bit much." The room filled with bouncing, glowing, growing semolina. One pile tipped over, another burst into sparkles. A third rolled straight toward the door. Stormy jumped forward, planting her boot firmly in front of it. "Got it," she said, holding it back. Mingoose Mouse took a slow breath. She didn't shout. She didn't panic. She simply stepped forward. "Right," she said calmly. "We fix this." Stormy looked at her. "You're not scared?" Mingoose smiled softly. "No. We just need to think." Pilchard raised a fin. "I do have a reversing spell." "Yes," said Mingoose. "Let's start there." Stormy nodded. "I'll hold the line." Pilchard waved his wand carefully this time. "Back you go, nice and gently." The sparkles slowed. The bouncing softened. The giant piles shrank, wobbling down into smaller, calmer heaps. The room slowly returned to normal. At last, everything went still. A quiet pause filled the air. A tiny puff of semolina drifted down and landed softly on Pilchard's hat. Stormy burst out laughing again. Mingoose giggled. Even Pilchard chuckled. "Well," he said, brushing himself off, "that was educational." Stormy grinned. "Best day ever." Mingoose smiled warmly. "Perhaps a slightly quieter best day next time." Stormy winked. No promises. Pilchard adjusted his fez. "Next time, slightly less magic." Stormy revved her bike lightly. "Next time, slightly more control." Mingoose looked at both of them and smiled. "Next time, together." And as the sun dipped gently behind the hills, the three of them sat among a few remaining sprinkles of semolina, laughing softly, the chaos gone, but the fun still glowing. Because even the wildest days can end in warmth when you face them together.